Hi, welcome to the first episode of Big Gulp Exotics, where we review cars that gulp fuel in the name of law-breaking speed. We're here to review cars for the athlete, the strongman, the gym goer, and everyone in between that enjoys a car that puts the thrill in the seat of your pants, but feels comfortable doing it. I'm Tyler Smith, and I'm sorry that I'm not a hot blonde or a British actor with a great accent, but I am a 6'4" American, 300 plus pounds that loves to eat and go fast and feel good while I'm doing it. So this is the first generation, like I said earlier. One of the things that I had to change on the car just for my personal preference was I changed the front grille on this car. This is a glossy black Pan America grille that Mercedes uses on some of their newer GT vehicles. I personally love the way it looks on here and just makes this car look so aggressive. All the lines, it just really makes the car pop for me. It was night and day difference. I got to tell you, if you have one of these or plan on getting one of these, I highly recommend it. You know, you can do it for as cheap as like 500 bucks for the grill and an install at the right place. You do have to pull the front bumper off in order to do it, but I promise you it's worth it. You'll get a lot more looks. It's just great. The one thing that this car can't have that a lot of people like is an illuminated star. Well, you can't have the illuminated star if you have Distronic cruise control. So there's some trade-offs in life. Unfortunately, that's the way it's made. I've spent hours trying to see if I could have both, but unfortunately the light that it puts off will interrupt the cameras. So I think safety is more important than, you know, the aesthetics, especially since I can't see it when I'm driving. And that's really what matters to me, is how it feels driving and putting the pedal to the metal. So, you know, there's different models of this car. You know, there's the base one, an S550 or 560. Models vary between their nomenclature if you're in the US or over there in the United Kingdom. This one again is the S63 4MATIC all-wheel drive, which is the only way it comes to the United States. Over there across the pond, you can get it in just rear-wheel drive. Very stoked for them. Wish I could get one, but anyways, I bought this car because it was a great value. To get this kind of power, it was beautiful, it had everything I want, and I fit. I'm coming from a Panamera Turbo, which I also highly recommend. Great car, fit me very well, a lot of fun. But I needed something different after that car, and this car really hit it home for me. I got the V8 over the much loved and also much hated V12 S65, which has the 6-liter V12 twin turbo putting out 621 pounds of torque. Horsepower and 738 pounds of torque just from the get-go, but they're iffy. They need a lot of maintenance. V8's a little bit more tried and true, built tough, and it's a great car, and I haven't had any real issues with this car. I've owned it for roughly 2 years, and all I've had to do is change the spark plugs. Hey, that's just normal maintenance on a car like this. I can't complain there. So I'm very happy. So S63 over to S65, pluses and minuses on both sides. If you like the buttery V12, you get the S65. If you like the more aggressive, beefy, burly V8, this is the car for you. This car comes in all-wheel drive, where the 65 is rear-wheel drive no matter what. So maybe that changes what you want. But when you put the pedal down, this car's going straight. You're not going to get any of the zigzags on the back. So, you know, it's up to your preference and how you like to drive. All right, now we want to show you this beauty. We want to show you every inch of how sexy she is. We're going to walk around the car and just let you really feel her out and understand what Mercedes has to offer, what the S-Class truly means, and why it's better than any of those C or E classes that you see out there that have a similar look-alike body style, but just don't quite match up to this car's sexiness. So here at the back of the car, we can see it has a wing. That is something I added myself, carbon fiber. Not that expensive in reality, adds a lot of character to the car, makes it look very aggressive. Again, all the chrome just shines with the red when this car's going down the road, and you're always behind it, trust me, with that much power. You're just like, damn, what a good thing to be looking at while it pulls off into the sunset. So it's a very long car. It's a very big car. It's a roomy car, which is kind of what it's all about for this review channel. We want something big. We want something comfortable. We want luxury. We want power. We want everything that we can have all in one. And I have to say this car comes pretty close. Between power, good looks, luxury, a good brand name and heritage, this is everything that you could want. I'm a big guy. I still fit in here pretty comfortably. Not to say everything's perfect, There's still things I would do to change it to make it a little better. But I love this car through and through. As you can see, black on black car, carbon interior. Gotta say, it looks good. Very clean, very aesthetically designed inside. Don't mind my little wireless charger in the center that I bought. That was one thing this car didn't come with, and I had to add myself, and it works great right there. Let's go ahead and start the car for you. Let you see dashes in all their glory. So right now you see big AMG V8 bi-turbo, so you know that this is a true AMG right there. We got a speedometer that goes up to 200 miles an hour. I've never hit that speed, but I've gotten relatively close. So we'll talk about a little bit more what's up here. Right now this is in the AMG race mode, so I can see my temperatures for both my gearbox and engine and everything like that. Over here to the left, we got all the extra buttons. Let me choose what safety features I want on, off and on. Helps me stay in the lanes, turn off my parking sensors. If I want my 360-degree view camera, help me see the car when I'm parking or pulling in. Very useful, has different views. I love it. Or you got the night vision, brings it right up here on the screen. Not sure how well you can see that, but there's a couple trees right in front of us. It is daylight, so that's not where the night vision obviously is meant for, but still shows you. So like what I was talking about earlier, if you need to see maybe what's higher than what you can see with your field of vision because you're a tall person, it's great for that. Turn it on or off. Click on the 360-degree views if you want. Mine doesn't come up right now because I got my Apple CarPlay going. You can see everything over there, like what you'd have on a newer car. Let me bring it over here for you. Again, this is something that I installed, did not come factory on the 2015 models. Comes in much later for Mercedes. Again, I added this myself. Took me a couple hours. I think pretty much the average person can do it with a little patience. Gives me all that extra added stuff. Works very well with the car. Integrates into the steering wheel. Very nice addition. But, you know, let's get to what Mercedes actually offered you in the car. Let's go back. So this is the 360-degree view. See on the car, see the back. Right now I'm showing 180 degrees. You can see my directors out there to the left in this view. You can see her feet walking around. We can say hi to her. Her name's Jennifer. That's my lovely girlfriend. And if we want to get out of there, let me turn that off. And now we got Sirius satellite radio. But we don't really care about that. What I want after filming all day, it's my massage seats. Let's go down. We're on the driver. We got activating, hot relaxing massage shoulders, hot relaxing massage for my back. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Get me nice, warm, toasty. Yeah, I'm going to feel pretty good. Pretty good. We go to the navigation. Again, you probably won't use this very much because your phones do it better, but it's here. And one of the nice things is the directions do go both into your display here, but also your heads up display that you can see right there. Tells you how fast you're going, when you need to turn, everything like that. So you don't have to look down. Everyone stay safe out there as much as you can. Learn to use your steering wheel to control most of the car. Then if we come down here, you can see that we got airplane-like vents. I gotta say, I love them. It's the little details. You know, it makes it feel a lot more premium of a car instead of those like plastic vents. These are aluminum. They feel good. Very luxurious. Got all your buttons down here. We got aromatic suspension. Raise this car up or down, so you need to go over those bumps. It can do it, no problem. Sport or comfort mode for your suspension. Then we got comfort, sport, or manual, and that's for your transmission. Of course, then we got your volume over here. This is the button that everyone's going to love and hate at the same time. That's for the automatic start. Unfortunately, the automatic start comes on by default every time you start your car, so you always got to push that button. So you're going to be pushing it an awful lot because you're just going to be like, I really wish this was a feature Mercedes forgot. But one of the good things is if you push this button to go into sport, it automatically turns that off for you. So it goes from pushing 2 buttons to 1 button, because let's be real, most of the time we want to drive this in sport mode. Sport mode starts the car in first gear instead of second. You know, you're going to get the longer revs. It's going to go higher, get that full speed, and it's just ready to go. Comfort mode starts you in second gear. Second gear also has the exhaust flaps closed, so it's a little bit quieter on all that. So it depends on what you're going for that day. This car can totally be quiet enough to go through a neighborhood without upsetting your neighbors, or it can be loud and you hear that burble that, you know, everyone's going to hear you coming down the road. Apologize for my cameraman skills. And that, I believe, is about it for in here in the car. There's, you know, Bluetooth, hook up your phone, all that, everything you come to expect. All right, now it's time to see if I fit. Obviously, it's my car, so I fit pretty well. But when I went to go buy this car, I was unsure. I read everything in the book about this car, trying to understand if a big man like myself could actually fit. And, you know, you see people saying, oh, you got to be this height or this whatever. But it's never true till you actually get there, because everyone's built a little bit different. Well, me, I have a little bit of a longer torso, and that really bites me in the ass, because I'd rather have longer legs so my head doesn't always hit the roof. So let's just see. As I go to get in, all right. It does cut off a little bit of my head right there. You can't see that, but it's still very comfortable with the little bit of the bubble in the roof. I have the seat lowered to the lowest that it will go. My seat is back. My seat is reclined. Some people might say it looks like I sleep when I drive, but hey, us big people, we understand that. That's how it's comfortable. And we like to go like this and look good when we go down the street. So this car is a 2+2 Grand Tour. Well, what does 2+2 mean? It means it's got 2 real seats and 2, you know, baby seats, let's say, in the back. No one wants to sit back there, but you can if you have to, but no one's going to sit behind me. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm pretty comfy in here. These seats really hold you in quite well. They're luxurious. You're surrounded by leather. You know, when I went to go buy this car in Walnut Creek, I was so stoked. I wanted this car. I loved it. I read everything about it. I searched for exactly what I wanted, the right options, the right everything. And when I got in it, I was like, oh crap, this might not be it. Well, something on this car is that the windshield comes down real low. It's a little unfortunate for us tall people, because when you're looking straight out, it cuts off. You might not be able to see, you know, if it's a red light or a green light or a yellow light if you're real close. You know what? I decided I'd deal with it. It was worth it. I love it. I don't look back. I can look down a little bit like this if I got to, but you know, you take what you can and you make every car work. Every car's got its little details that work for some and not for others. But hey, there's workarounds. That's one. Number 2 is this car has night vision. Yes, it may not be night, but it still works during the day too. You push that button and it'll let you see if it's green or not to go, because we don't want a ticket. Or do, you know, whatever. If you want to look like a bad boy or whatever, each to their own. But now let's talk about what this car has to offer on the inside. Luxury, why it's nice, why I want to be inside this car. Well, I got massage seats, you know, and it's not just like some cars or when you sit down at, you know, Sharper Image or whatever, where you're like, oh yeah, it's there. This car actually pushes it into your back. You really feel it, especially if you use the hot stone massage. So it's hot when it's going through you, really digs in there really well. Helps keep you awake on those long drives or if you're ripping through the mountain roads, which this car can do quite well, I must say, for, you know, its heft that it's got going on, especially with me inside it. But, you know, besides that, I got cooled seats, got the heated seats, I got the massage seats, and they like to hug me when I go around a corner. That happens to be my girlfriend's favorite thing about the car, I have to say. She gets all giddy, especially when she saw it the first time. She was like, the car loves me, it's hugging me. Yeah, it does. That's an AMG feature. Just so you know, you got to get the AMG model in order for that to happen. And, you know, it'll throw you the first time you feel it, and then you'll learn to love it when you're going around those corners. So that's, you know, whether you think that is a luxury feature to hug you, brighten your day, or it's for the sporty mountain road, it's there. We got a beautiful leather steering wheel. We got carbon fiber all up here, all the way around, surrounding us, making this car look real sporty and nice. Everyone looks in it and thinks, man, it's elegant. It's just an elegant looking car. It was a great design by Mercedes, but yet this carbon fiber just makes it so sporty looking too. You got the best of both worlds. You got all the technology you could need, you know, whatever you want, it's basically got it. And I got to say, I love it. I fit in it. It feels good. My head, it doesn't hit the roof. It is close, but again, I'm very tall and I got tall hair. So if I can fit, good chance you can fit. Football player is going to fit in here for the width very well. The bolsters will come in if you're a little bit narrower than me. I have them all the way out. It's how I like it. It's how I drive. And I got to say, anyone that's going to be around my size is still going to be very happy with this car. And that's the whole point of this. I want people to know why you want this car and why you want other cars that I hope to review in the future. Just wanted to go back to seating comfort. This is how I like to drive. My seat laid back, still gives me plenty of headroom, leg room, knee room. All around, I'm just going to be very comfortable. But for those people that want to be able to drive more straight up and down, I want to let you know how it is to sit in this car. So let's go ahead and move the seat to more of a straight up position. If this is how you like to drive and you're roughly my height of 6'4", you're still going to have about 1 inch between your head and the roof. And when I say the roof, I mean the panoramic roof. If you were to close the sunshade, your head would be rubbing against it. So again, if you're shorter than 6'3" or 6'4", or don't have a tall torso, you would still be able to drive in this more upright position and have a good feel for the car. But your eyes will be looking more directly at the sun flap instead of the windshield. So again, I do recommend being willing to sit in a more relaxed comfort, which is what this car is really all about. It is a Grand Tourer luxury, and power is second. Sportiness is second, but it's still there when you want it. And trust me, it's great. This car really shines 80 miles an hour and above. You want to get from 80 to 120, it's just like that. That's where your power band is. That's where everything is. It just goes, and trust me, it'll keep pulling after that. You won't even know. One of the downsides of this car is you won't know how fast you're going just by the feel of the car. It's easy to be doing 100 and not know it. So be prepared for those tickets, or at least be looking at your speedometer. Drive safe out there. No one wants a ticket. And buckle up. This is just another shot of me sitting in the car. See how I feel. See how I fit in this car comfortably. Right now I got my leg up. I put my foot all the way down. This is exactly how I look. I like to drive with my elbow up here. Some people drive down here. Depends how you drive, but this is what works for me. Very comfortable. Easy to steer with one hand. It's great. Now you can see all the carbon fiber, which leads into the dual display. Really great job here. It's seamless. Looks great. You know, it's the new look. We're moving into the digital age. Cars are getting there. In 2015, we still get all the cool goodies that all the newer cars have. Sure, the 2017 was a little bit of a facelift. They made it a little bit more animated, some more colors and everything. If you got the money, get the facelift. If you don't, this is great because you get the 5.5 liter V8, which in my opinion is a little bit better than the 4 liter because you can boost it more power and it sounds a little beefier. But it's to each their own. I love it. So features. Let's talk about everything this car got. I told you about the seats. Now we're going to tell you about everything else. You know, we all think Tesla is the only one that can do a self-driving car. This car can drive itself. I did not say well, though. It needs a little work there. Sure, it can stay within the lines. It can turn the steering wheel a little bit when you're going. You know, you got the cruise control on 70. It is really good at staying back how far you set it behind cars. But going around the bends, it's a little jerky. So use at your own will. But it's there. It's there if you need it. You're on a phone call. You got to pick something up. It's just an extra little safety precaution. It's great to have once you learn how to use it correctly. Night vision is awesome. You don't realize it's awesome until it actually saves you. What's really awesome about it, you don't have to turn it on for it to alert you at night if something's crossing your path. You just be driving along, you know, you got your music up here, your navigation, whatever, and you don't see something run out in front of you in the road. Car picks it up, brings it up on the screen right for you, and highlights it in red just to give you that quick instant alert. Mercedes has the auto braking too if you don't catch it yourself. It's just all about safety. It's super cool, and it's non-intrusive when you don't need it, but it's there when you do, and it's a lifesaver, especially on those mountain roads late at night. You got deer running by. You're going to love it. You're going to appreciate it. This one did not have Apple CarPlay. That was not offered in 2015. I have gone ahead and added Apple CarPlay for this car. I installed it myself. It is possible. It's going to take you 3 or 4 hours on your first time. If you're good at it, it'll take you about an hour. Me, since I got to pull out the whole center console and everything, and it's a little hard for me to get in the back seat this size, took me a little bit longer. Totally worth it. Great upgrade to the car. Really makes it feel more modern. Works seamlessly with my phone. Put my phone up here. I got a wireless charger. Run the power into right here. Put my phone there. It connects. It's all seamless. It's like I got a brand new 2022 Mercedes S-Class, which they do not make this car any longer. I'm so sad to say they discontinued it. It's a shame. They only kept the 4-door. And now they discontinued the V12 unless you're getting the Maybach. Man, they're really just killing us here. But you know, it's going to make these cars worth more, make it appreciate more, makes me love my car. I got the paddle shifting. Again, I will say this car only has a 7-speed transmission. It is not the best transmission. I do wish I had the facelifted 9-speed transmission, which allows a little bit more torque in the beginning gears, so I could really get going and get my 0 to 60 time down a little bit more. But I deal with the 7-speed. You got to program it a little bit. You got to drive this car hard so it learns that that's what you want it to do. I got the WiseTech tune, puts a little more torque in first, second gear, and it rips just great. So we got the panoramic roof in this car. One of the key features, key selling points of this car, got a big, huge pano roof. Well, when the pano roof's open, I fit in here totally good, and it makes this car just open up. You feel so much more spacious. You know, it lets the light in. It feels open. It feels airy. You know, it's not the same as the drop top. Don't get me wrong, but it feels good. It looks good, and it gives you that little bit of extra room. I fit in this car with the panel open or closed, so that's good. Again, I'm 6'4", great thing. I will say, when I got this car, and a big thing online that everyone's upset about, it's not a sunroof. It doesn't open. Can't believe it. You know, you must think, what? No, there's 2 buttons right here. One that pulls the shade and another one that, you know, opens the sunroof. No, that's not what it's for. This second button right here is to change the opacity or how clear or tinted this glass is. But that is an option called Magic Sky. So you got to make sure you get that if you want that. Otherwise, it's one color all the time, slightly tinted. But beautiful. Love how they did it with the car. Goes a little bit into the back seat. It's a very long view. It's not like a short little one where you're like, oh, okay, I can barely see out there. It only gets a little bit of light. It really opens up the whole car. Anytime I've had people in the back seat, they're like, open that, makes it feel big, airy. They really like it. Girlfriend loves it. It's really good. You're going out to the ocean, you know, open all the windows, all 4 windows roll down, open that, some tunes. This thing's got a great AC and heater, heated seats, massage. You get it all going. Little AC/DC or whatever turns you on, and you're going to have a good time. Whether you're listening to music or you're listening to that exhaust note go. It's going to be good. And that's what we're going to go to here in a minute. I'm going to let you hear what it sounds like. Just a moment ago, we did start for you guys, let you hear what it sounds like on startup. Revved it a little bit, let those RPMs get you going, get your heart pumping, make you excited. I hope you're excited for this film. You know, we got a lot of beautiful exhaust tune coming out of this exhaust here. I will tell you that this one isn't 100% stock. I've got stock exhaust, but my tune adds a little bit extra, adds that burble, that little 1-2 pop that you really hear when you're coming down from the revs after really getting on it. Sounds good. Where I first ever experienced it, fell in love with it, it's a Jaguar F-Type. Can't say enough good things about that car. Blast to drive, you know. And when I found out I could have that kind of exhaust sound here for the burble, I had to go for it. I love it. Really adds a lot to this car. Gives it that extra character that I want when I'm going fast. You know, sounds good around town, helps you turn heads. It's just great. You're gonna love it. But again, that's from the tune that I got done at WiseTech. Add the burble. Now it's time for the true test. What this show is all about, the BGE challenge. Does our favorite plus size drink fit in the cup holder? Because I don't know about you, but I've been in plenty of cars when you get in and you see that itty bitty little tiny cup holder, and you know you're going to be holding your favorite drink in between your legs. All right, let's see if the Mercedes luxury lives up. Have they and those German engineers thought of everything? I gotta say, that fits pretty well. I don't think it's going anywhere when I'm going around the corners. Tight bends. What do you think, hosts? What do you think, everybody out there? Because I'd say it passed the BGE challenge. I would say this car's got it all. It's got luxury. It's got class. It's got the power. It's even got good sound. And to sum it all up, my favorite drink can fit here in this cup holder for my long drive. Man, I think we got a winner here. Hopefully all the other cars that we review from here on out can live up to this and also pass the BGE challenge, and we can find you the right car. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. Have a good night.